KWEST, for those of you who can see it on the screen. Sorry I couldn't be there today. I'm actually really looking forward to meeting everyone starting next week. But I'll go ahead and I'll kick things off here. So let's be honest, local tourism kind of sucks. Okay, let's say right now, anyone in this room is looking to go out and explore a new place in Austin or a new place in Dallas. Okay, what are your options? Well, you have what we call the sweaty bus tour. That's option one, which are not always convenient, and bottom line, you're not going to do it as a local. Okay, and then you have your apps like Yelp, Foursquare, TripAdvisor, so more of that do-it-yourself approach, which a lot of millennials are gravitating towards nowadays. However, these just provide reviews, okay, so nothing engaging, nothing curated, and bottom line, nothing fun. Then you have companies who've created these do-it-yourself tour apps, okay, and so from what we've seen and really why Quest exists, is a lot of these do-it-yourself tour apps are just taking that existing sweaty bus tour and they're just condensing it into bland audio and text-based screens. Okay, so again, it's nothing really engaging, nothing truly interactive. And so that's why Quest is coming in. We're really offering something entirely different. This brand new, better way to explore your city and be a tourist in your own town using your smartphone as a guide. So we like to say Quest is 50% scavenger hunt, 50% guided tour, and 100% awesome. Okay, our platform launches our users out onto really this real-world adventure. So we take people to a series of amazing places, and we tie those places together with location-based riddles, puzzles, mini games, augmented reality. And so our questers can hop on our platform. They can choose from any number of our curated adventures in their area. Once they choose an adventure, they're off on this location-based adventure. They're completing these challenges. They're having fun. They're exploring hidden gems. And they can also complete challenges along that adventure to unlock discounts, to earn free swag. And so we actually do this by partnering with local merchants along our Quest route. And in turn, we're providing these merchant partners the opportunity to interact with customers, or in this case, our questers, when they're right outside or even inside of their location. So everything is GPS triggered and location aware. So what's a quest like? This is actually one of the hardest things that we try to accomplish via presentation, just because Quest is location based. So it's very, very hard to get a true grasp of what an experience is like unless you go on one. But I'll do my best to try to explain it. So you show up at the starting line of a quest, and the app gives you your first clue. And from there, you're really just presented with a variety of these different location-based interactions and challenges that take you from one stop to the next and help you experience that stop in the best and most engaging way possible. So these interactions are things like lightning rounds, which are 60 seconds of fast-paced question and answers using your surroundings. We have augmented reality, which kind of brings these real-world objects to life. So you play this virtual hide and seek. We have a GPS compass with a hot and cold meter. So it's kind of like using Jack Sparrow's compass and playing hot and cold. So all these fun interaction types that take you from one place to the next. I've actually got this quick clip I'm going to play here for everyone, and it gives you a nice example of what.
Hey, I'm Andrew from Quest, and we've been telling you a lot about how Quest is a better way to explore your city using your smartphone as a guide. So today we're here in the Clyde Boren Park, and we're going to show you firsthand what that actually looks like with our friends from Dallas Sites 101. Let's go! So we're here at the starting line for the quest, where we're going to do our lightning round, which is 60 seconds of fast-paced question and answers using our surroundings. I'm going to let the ladies answer the question. I'm going to stand here in the shade. Okay, I'm starting the clock. What color is the D square? Red. What family is the Great Lawn named after? Oh, there's a sign over there. Ah! You got it! All right, so here we are with a GPS compass, which is like geocaching on steroids. Oh, the high guy. What's this?
Never noticed that.
Next clue. Those two guys have been staring this whole time. How rude. Selfie time. Next stop, church bells.
For the sake of time, I'm going to pause it there. But it kind of gives you a quick example of really how someone experiences a quest. So again, it's all on your phone. It's a platform that really just takes you from place to place. You're solving these riddles and clues. You're having a good time. And so currently, and I'll kind of get to this maybe in a little more detail later on in the presentation, but currently we're live. We've been live for about 8 months now. We have it on iOS. Soon we're going to launch Android here very soon. And our platform is already offering a lot of value to both our users and our partners alike. So we do have merchant partners in the platform that are live. They're doing advertisements that are what we call prize partners. We have tons of users going on Quest every weekend, getting some phenomenal feedback from them. But we're really planning on making the platform even better. So aside from launching new functionality, new interaction types, doing cooperative and competitive quests, things of that nature, we're also looking at launching something called Quest Plus. And so what Quest Plus is it's really this fully curated or packaged day or night out on the town. So not only can a user purchase a regular Quest experience, but they'll be able to purchase a Quest Plus, let's say in a place like downtown Dallas, and it'll be this fully curated night out in the town. So dinner, drinks, dessert, kind of all prepaid with a simple tap. I like to say it's pretty much a Tinder user's dream. So anyone who's ever used Tinder or any sort of dating app, it's a really, really cool way to just really take the thinking out of a great day or a great night out. So in terms of business model, we've got a number of revenue streams that we have set up, some of which we're leveraging early on, some of which we're really growing the user base before we really start to tap into. So the majority of our revenue will come from users purchasing Quest. So right now we have our Quest priced at anywhere from $5 to $15. This depends on length and complexity. This depends on where we're taking them, how many discounts we're giving to the users. And of course, we set these prices based on a lot of market feedback that we received early on during our open beta testing, our MVP. And so our goal is to provide, so if I pay as a user $5 for a Quest or $10 for a Quest, my goal is to provide at least that much, if not more, back to that user in discounts or in value. So, if I pay, for instance, right now I can purchase a Quest in Denton for $15, but I'm getting a free ice cream, I'm getting 50% off appetizers, and all these cool discounts in return. So second one listed here is our merchant partners. So we're a little early on, and so we haven't really fully tapped into this revenue stream yet. But as we grow the platform, grow the user base, my goal is to open up the platform and offer more location-based advertisements. So again, our merchant partners have the ability to engage or interact with people when they're right outside of their door. So instead of paying 30 cents an impression on Facebook to someone sitting on their couch, as a merchant, I can reach someone who's right outside my door. And then the last thing is events and private quests. So kind of early on, as we're growing the platform, focusing on that, to pull in some short-term cash flow, we've been building quests for events here in Dallas, for private venues, for schools, and so that's enabled us to bring in some cash early on. So the customer, and I'm going to kind of speed up a little bit here. I understand I'm running short on time. So this is Jane. Jane is an avid quester. So she's 26 years old. She's a full-time professional, and she's almost inseparable from her smartphone. So this is our average user. Now, that doesn't mean that we're only targeting the millennial. It doesn't mean that the millennial is the only one going on Quest. We have, I would say the vast majority of our questers are young millennials, females actually, early on, is who we seem to be targeting. And then we've also been pulling in a lot of younger Gen Y. So these are young families, people with young kids. So to give you an example, we built a quest for the Dallas Zoo, and so it's a completely family-friendly quest, and all we're focusing is your young moms and your families with kids. If we look at market trends, we've seen a lot of our customer segment, so individuals like these millennials or like Jane, gravitating towards experiences like Quest. So one really great example I like to use is Google's Ingress, if anyone's ever heard of that. So that achieved, I believe, 7 to 10 million downloads just last year alone. Activities like geocaching have been growing exponentially. So all of these people or all of these millennials are looking at ways to better experience the real world, and they're actually spending more on experiences now versus products. So with Quest, it's, how can you better experience the real world, but still utilizing technology as that medium to enhance it or to do so. Competition. So currently, in
30
terms of direct
seconds.
competition, there's really only two major competitors we have. One of them is Urban Adventure Quest. They live here in Dallas. The other one is Stray Boots. They're both similar to Quest in that they provide a scavenger hunt type guided tour. However, both of them, so Urban Adventure Quest doesn't have an app, so they're completely web-based, just text questions. Stray Boots is doing something similar to us, but they're still very primitive in their technology. So we're really trying to differentiate ourselves with the augmented reality, the cooperative play, really hitting on the gamified components. And then of course we have our indirect competition. So your Yelp, your Foursquare, your in-person tours, which I touched on earlier. So at the end of the day,
all right, Omi, we're gonna get to questions.
Overall, is we know anyone can come in and we know anyone can create an app. There's absolutely nothing proprietary about the technology we have. But what really differentiates us is the quality of our experiences, and I let the users speak for that.
Can you hear me? All right, we're gonna move to questions. Thank you.
All right.
Are there any questions?
Yes.
How many more slides do you have?
Can you hear?
Can you push the button here?
Omi, how many more slides do you have?
I've got two. One, actually.
Let's just go.
All right, roll through it.
Yeah, give me a minute. So I'll touch on this very quickly. This is our Quest model, right? So this is really what's going to allow us to scale with quality, but at the same time be able to scale, right? So there's this fine line between building all these curated experiences in-house versus crowdsourcing. And so we've taken this approach like Uber, okay, where they contract drivers. We call them Questbirds. And so we bring on these Questbirds, we plug them into our training program, we provide them with the tools they need in order to build Quest, and then every Quest they build, we revenue share with them. So this is what I call our secret sauce in terms of this training and this model that we've built out. And so this is the team right here. I'll quickly go through it. So I'm the CEO of Quest. My background is product management, business development, and new product development. We've got a chief designer. He's fantastic. We've got a tech guy who does all the development, drives all the technology, and we've got a marketing chief. And so where we are today is, again, we launched last October 2015. We're currently on iOS, going to be on Android soon. We have a little over 3,500 user downloads, actively have about 10 to 15 people going on Quest every weekend, still learning and iterating every single week. We've received some great feedback. We have some phenomenal partnerships and clients. So we partner with the Dallas Zoo, lots of local merchants, beer companies, so lots of events, things of that nature. And our goal is to have a couple hundred Quests in about 10 cities over the next 3 years. So that's in terms of we're really, really starting to hit hard on scaling, growing out with Quests. And yeah, that's about it.
So this is Isaac. Is this Omid who's talking?
Yes.
Great. So just want to let the rest of the group know that there are microphones in front of you, and if you press the button on your microphone, a red light will come on, and that means that your mic is live and you can ask questions. Just quickly on Quest. So Quest is a company, as you can tell, we've had about 5 companies that have all been pretty heavy science and pretty heavy technology, and we've got Quest that's more of consumer experience. Consumer experience companies are companies that ATI doesn't do a lot of work with. We do a lot of work with heavy science, a lot of work with heavy technology. But our single most successful company coming out of SEAL has been a consumer experience company. If you measure it by dollars raised. Favor, which is a delivery company here in Austin. And the reason for that is that even though I might not be very good at consumer, Austin is great at consumer. So one of the things I would use this presentation to tell the rest of the room is you're here at the University of Texas with the Austin Technology Incubator in SEAL. You're also in Austin, and we can be a bridge to the rest of Austin for you. There's a huge amount of talent in Austin, a lot of which we're mobilizing as mentors for this program. But if we're not doing that enough for you, let us know, and we'll put you in touch with other people in town who are specialists in what it is that you do.
Great. And yeah, that's my plan is once I'm there and once I'm kind of immersed is to attempt to really soft launch Quest there. So start, looking for local Questbirds, creating a few local experiences and kind of testing the waters in terms of scaling into another city. And I think Austin's a great market for it.
Probably time for one question.
Are there any questions?
Can you hear me, Omid? This is Joa.
Yes, I can.
So this is it's part question, part comment. So the part comment is that there's a company called Soch, and I wondered if you were familiar with them, SOSH.
I'm not actually.
Okay. And then they are a company that was out of San Francisco. They were acquired by Postmates in November of last year. And they weren't doing what you're doing, but they were doing it close close enough where I would consider them a competitor that has tried.
Okay.
And they were crafting experiences like going to a happy hour or going to a specific chef-led dinner and things like that. But my question is, what's the one thing if Google were to purchase you or something 5 years from now, what's the one thing that you think that they would be buying?
Well, that's a tough question for me because as of now, I don't think we have a large enough user base for Google to acquire us. But for me, it would be once we built out, I shouldn't say built out. Once we've grown our Questbert community, that's probably going to be one of our biggest value propositions to being potentially acquired is having a network or really a team of people around the country actively building these experiences, and of course having a user base or a platform who are actively or subscribed to going on these quests. So, at this point, we're still in the growing, the building, and the learning phase. So it's really hard for me to give you a solid answer to that question.
Yeah, well, thank you. And what I would say to that is, if it's the questers that you're trying to focus on, then these are the people that you're going to share revenue with, then that's one model. But I think that if you're talking about Google would buy you in 5 years if you have a really big user base, then I think you have to look at the other consumer companies in the past and how they've grown their user bases, and you're looking at network effects businesses, and almost all of them don't charge the user for the product. So
Right.
I think that what you have to figure out is if you're trying to get to user experience or user base, then you have to figure out if you're charging the ad partners and merchant partners, but maybe not the users. That's just the feedback.
And this is David. I have a couple pieces of feedback too, also for whoever's going to be mentoring you. I think you guys are interesting, Sherry, have a product in the market, but you're an example of really needing to understand the segmentation very clearly, more than just the age and the demographic. Who is the real customer? What are they really going to be motivated by? And so I think there's some more work in market development on that one that would be helpful. Is that actually, can you hear me?
Yes.
The second
yes.
one is the cost to scale by city, because you have a lot of touch points.
I cannot hear you anymore.
You have a lot of touch points to bring up, so scaling by city, I think, is a big question. What's the cost to scale so that you can build out a 3-year roadmap and know how much capital you're really going to need? And I think you look at favorites in the other companies. Like I worked with a company called Goodie Bag for a while. The cost of each city is very important to understand because you need to understand the profitability by location to pick where you go, where you put your time. So I think you have a lot of opportunity in the marketing and expense area to look at.
Great.
All right, well, thanks for that. We're going to switch over to the next one, and it'll be solidified.